Welcome to my very first episode of the Be Code by Tiffany. I am so excited to have you here with me, and I just can't wait for all of you to step into your bold, independent, tenacious, confident, and honest self. So I want to ask you a question. Have you ever been told that you weren't enough, not smart enough, not capable enough, or not worthy enough? Or maybe like me, you were told that you were too much, too emotional, too dramatic, too sensitive, too passionate. When we hear those words enough times, we start to believe them. So we either play the role that someone else wrote for us, or we shrink to fit the box that they put us in. And here's the truth. The very things that we're told are too much or not enough are often our greatest superpowers when they're understood, honored, and nurtured. And this podcast, it's about reclaiming them. This very first episode of the Be Code by Tiffany is brought to you by my upcoming book, How to Become a Bitch and Live Happily Ever After. In this book, I reclaim BITCH as an acronym. Bold, independent, tenacious, confident, and honest. It's not about attitude, it's about freedom. Inside the book, I take you deeper into each pillar and guide you through a full journey back to yourself. It comes out next year, but you don't have to wait. I created a free Be Code starter guide just for you. 5 pillars, 5 practices, 1 powerful shift to start stepping into your bold, independent, tenacious, confident, and honest self, which just happens to be the best version of you. Grab it at blossomlifeco.com/Be Code starter guide and start living your Be Code today. Welcome to the Be Code by Tiffany, where you'll learn how to become bold, independent, tenacious, confident, and honest, and live a life you deserve and desire. I'm Tiffany, wife, mother, author, mentor, and female empowerment coach. And this show is all about helping you reclaim your worth, your voice, and your power. The Be Code isn't just a methodology, it's a movement. So I was that girl who was told that I was too emotional, too dramatic, and too sensitive. Maybe you've heard those exact words or a version of them. Either way, it leaves a mark. And growing up, yes, I was fiery, dramatic, impulsive, sensitive, and emotional. And my husband would probably say I haven't changed, but that's a whole nother podcast, right? And those, by the way, are amazing qualities when we learn to nurture and channel them. And for years, I fought back. And then slowly, I started to shrink. I smoothed things over, I stayed quiet, and I made sure that everyone else was okay, even if I wasn't. What I was doing is I chipped away at myself to fit a box that made others comfortable while silencing my own truest self. And by the way, I didn't just wake up and choose this, right? Nobody does. I was shaped by my circumstances, my upbringing, my parents' divorce, my environment, and the constant messaging that I was too much or not enough. So I became the empath and the people pleaser. And when my parents divorced, I obviously carried anger and I acted out. And also being a latchkey kid, I also became the protector. Somewhere deep down I decided if I can take care of everything and everyone else, maybe I can fill in the missing gaps. Maybe things won't fall apart. And as an empath, I didn't just notice others' emotions, I absorbed them. So their anger became mine to calm, their sadness mine to fix, their disappointment mine to carry. I think focusing on everyone else felt easier than facing my own overwhelming feelings. And that's how a new identity formed, the version of me I thought others needed. That's where the people-pleasing took root. Here's an acting story that just shows just how deep my people-pleasing was at that time. So before I was married, I was an actress and I was in an improv class, and my partner started yelling at me for no reason. I think just to create drama for the scene. And what did I do? Yes, I instantly shifted into fixer, people pleaser mode. So I said to him, "Oh my God, what did I do? How can I help? Oh, please stop yelling. Is everything okay? Did I do something wrong?" My coach stopped the scene and she said something I'll never forget. And she said it in this tone: "Wow, I'd love to be your boyfriend. I could just walk all over you, treat you terribly, and you'd still cook me a nice dinner at the end of the night." Wow. Yes, those words stung, but they stung because they were true. So that day, I promised myself, next time, I won't shrink. I'll stand in my power and I will speak up. So, as uncomfortable and unfamiliar as that day was, it was also one of the most empowering moments of my life. Fast forward, I became a wife and a mother, and I'm sure you know where this is going. While being a mother and a wife is the most fulfilling, amazing, beautiful roles that I will ever get to play in my life, I also learned this. I started to move away from me. And when you move away from your alignment and forget who you are, you lose yourself. I made choices that pleased others, but betrayed me. I drifted from my center. My intuition, that inner quiet compass, started to grow more faint and more faint. And the more I outsourced my decisions to others, the less I trusted myself. And then came my breaking point. First, an emotional collapse. It was hours and hours of tears. I knew I was living out of alignment. And then my body kept score, as it always does. Frozen shoulders from carrying the weight of the world, heart palpitations, and then high blood pressure. My heart was screaming, "Stop abandoning yourself." So what did I do? I had no choice. I had to choose to return home, to return to me. So I started reading and listening to content that resonated with where I was, but more importantly, where I wanted to go. I went to therapy. I took a coaching course that catapulted me into my purpose and my passion. I protected quiet time for prayer and meditation. And I went to sound baths. And I journaled honestly so that I could hear that quiet voice in me telling me my truth. I moved gently, I rested when I was tired, I nourished myself, and I set loving boundaries. More no, more delegation, and more asking for help. I also kept small promises to myself, morning rituals, evening wind downs, and I treated them like appointments that I didn't break and I wasn't going to break. I was doing this for me. From breakdown came breakthrough. I remembered who I was, and it felt so amazing. And that journey led me here to this mission and to you. So now let's talk about this podcast and why I call it the B Code. The B Code is my signature methodology. It's a framework that I developed after years of doing this work with myself and with other women. It's built around 5 powerful traits that every woman already carries inside of her, but maybe she's been told to quiet them, to ignore them, or even hide them. And these traits spell out the word bitch. The B stands for bold, the I for independent, the T for tenacious, the C for confident, and the H for honest. And these are the building blocks of becoming unapologetically yourself. They're the keys to unlocking confidence, independence, resilience, and truth. So bold means speaking up, taking chances, showing up as your full self even when it feels risky. Independent means trusting yourself, making choices that align with your truth and not relying on others for your worth or direction. Tenacious means not giving up on yourself, even when life gets hard, even when others doubt you. Confident means owning your value, standing tall in who you are without needing any outside approval. Honest means telling yourself the truth about who you are and what you need, and then living from that truth every single day. Now, I'm not going to break down each one of these in today's episode because that's what this whole podcast is going to be about. But here's what I want you to know. The B Code isn't just about becoming someone else. It's not about becoming someone else, actually. It's about becoming the woman that you were always meant to be. So think of it like this. There's a version of you who is bold, free, powerful, and fully alive. She's already inside you. The B Code is just about learning how to unlock her, embody her, and live as her every single day. So if you've ever asked yourself, who am I really? What do I want? And how do I finally create a life that feels like mine and one that I truly deserve and desire? The B Code is the answer. So my intention for you is simple, to help you remember who you were meant to be and for you to live a life you deserve and desire. And I want you to know that it's absolutely attainable, but it takes awareness and it takes following and living the 5 pillars. This takes practice just like anything else you want to master in your life. And I want you to know that you're not broken. You don't need fixing. What you need is remembering how to tap into your worth, your voice, your power. And that's what we're going to do here together, here on this podcast, because you are the heroine of your own story. I'm just here to remind you. So I hope you tune in and join me every other week to get your dose of truth, empowerment, and perhaps a gentle nudge to become the woman you were always meant to be.